Okay, last week it's about basic SQL. We reach select from where, uh, and we take the basic form of it, that we have select list of attribute from. This means list of tables that we will get the attribute from it, or join between them, and where condition. I think we reach, we already reach here, this place. Okay, as we mentioned before during last lecture, SQL result consider the result as multi-set or bag, not a set. This means the result from SQL could have redundant tuples or repeated tuples with the same identical values. So, as we mentioned, that SQL not automatically eliminate duplicate tuples from the result of the query or duplicate rows. So you could have two or more duplicate rows in the result, or tuples in the result of the SQL query. What if I don't need this duplicate? In this case, you can use distinct keyword. So you can use distinct keyword to remove any duplication in the result. So we have two keywords here, all or distinct. Using all, this means I need all the duplicated values or the result. Actually, without using all, the default will be all. Okay, so no need to use all, just leave it without all, it will be same. So the default value will be all, the default here. But if you don't need repeated tuples or row in the result, you can use distinct. What's the difference? Here, in this query, I want to retrieve all the salaries of the employee. Imagine 2 employees or 3 employees have the same salary. For example, 10,000. So if you have 2 or 3 employees have the same salary, 10,000, it will be repeated in the first example, in the result. So you could have repeated salary. Okay, what about if I want to return or retrieve the distinct salary? This means only the different salary. So I need to know what the types of salary that I could have for the employee or that I have for employee without repeated the values or duplicate the rows or the tuples in the result. In this case, I can use distinct. So if we have like this result, like this from the first one, in this query, I will have only distinct value. For example, for the same data, I will have like this, without any repeated tuples. Okay. If you remember in relational algebra, we talk a set of operation for set or between sets. As we mentioned that SQL considers the table and the result from the query as a bag or multi-set. So you could have repeated rows. We have two of the set operation here, two types. We can use union, except, and intersect, same as relational algebra. Actually, this considers the result as a set. This means any repeated value, it will not be any repeated or duplicate tuples in the result. There is other type of operation here, which is union all, except all, and intersect all. So in SQL, we can use this type of operation, union, except, and intersect. This one will return a set. The result will be as a set of tuples. What meaning of a set of tuples? Set, this means you don't have to duplicate tuples in the result. What if I want to get the duplicate tuples? Then you can use union all, except all, and intersect all. So in this example, make a list of all projects number. Then we need a list of all project numbers for projects that involve an employee whose last name is Smith. Either we already take this using relational algebra. If you remember, we took this example, and because we have either or, we used union. So this employee either work as a manager or control project. Either work or as a manager. So either work where, work for the project, or as a manager for the department that controls the project. So it's actually two selected statements here. I need all the project number for the projects that involve an employee whose last name is Smith, and he is working on this project. This first selected statement that I need the projects that have employee working on it and his last name is Smith. So I need project, this one will answer the first part. I need project number that have employee, his last name is Smith. Okay, if we check, we have works on, which have employee SSM, and have project number. Okay, and location or something like this, doesn't matter now for me. This one works on, and we have table for projects, have P number and some other information, and we have here employee, have SSN and some information including last name. So SSN here, connected with ESSN, and project number connected with B number. So here we have information from employee, which is last name, and we have information from project, and the connected between, or the connection between these two is work. So we need a project. So from project, from works on, and from employee. How to connect between these three? Project number, this come from project, equal P number come from work. Project number, P number, and SSN, ESSN. So we connected between the three tables. Now also we need only when the last name is Smith. So this will return project number for all the projects that involve employee. His last name is Smith as a worker. Now the second part, as a manager of the department. So this connect between department and department and employee and the project. Oh, same. You remember from where I get it last time? I think mapping, yes, or relational model. Okay, it should be here. Okay, so now the other part said I need the project number who have employee, his last name is Smith, as a manager for the department. A manager for the department that control this project. So we have connection between project and department directly from, sorry, this one dependent, yes. Where is department? Here. So between project and department here. This one or the opposite, yes. And the department manager from here. So department manager connected with SSN. So we involved here three also tables: project, department, and employee. Now we can connect between project and department by D number equal D number from the department, and to get the employee that manage this department, that control this project, we can connect between MGR SSN, which is the manager SSN, with the employee, and we need specific employee, which his last name Smith, so we have condition as Smith. Okay, so now to get project number that involve employee, his last name is Smith, as a manager for the department, so we need to connect between project, department, and employee. This is a connection between project and department. This is a connection between department and the manager for this department. And to get specific manager with last name Smith, then we need to check the condition if his last name is Smith. Now we return project number. We used distinct because we don't need the repeated project number. Why? Because we're using union, not union all. If we use union all, it's okay to have repeated, because union between sets. So it should not have repeated value here and here. And the result will not have repeated value, of course. But if you use union all, it's okay to not to use distinct. Okay, that's why we use distinct here, because we used here union, and union, it's operation between sets. Sets, this mean each set do not have repeated value, because set operation not involve or do not have repeated or duplicate tuples or rows, as we saw in the relational algebra. So this one will repeat a project number for a project that have manager for its department as with last name Smith, and this one will repeat project numbers for projects that have workers as with last name Smith. And now we can make union, and the result from the union will have also distinct project number, because it will not have in the result repeated numbers. Okay, this is an union. So union will take result from two parts and connect between them. Here, most important things with union: except and intersect. And many students, or some students, not many, use it wrongly in the midterm exam. Why? Because you have to know that union, except, and intersect, it's operation on tuples, on row, not on columns. This means you cannot do like this. You have column A here, and you have column B, C. Some students thought that if you make union, then the result will have A, B, C. It's wrong. It's not working like this. It's actually union between rows, not between attributes. So the two input, or the two tables, or a selected statement that you want to make union between them, it should be time or type compatibility. This very important. What's the meaning of type compatibility? If this one have column A and union, the other one should have column A, same or with different name but same domain. So, for example, this A1, this A2, both should be from the same domain. Turn off your mic if you don't have any question.
Doctor.
Yes, go ahead.
That means union all will remove any duplicate?
No, union will remove duplicate. Union all will not remove any duplicate.
In union, I have to remove the duplicate by using distinct. But if I use union all, I don't need to use distinct because union all.
Look. Union used with set. Union all used with multiset. Multiset, it's accept duplicated rows. Okay, accepts as input and as output. Union don't accept as input and also in the result, if because you could have here, okay, you have distinct project number, but here you could have same project number because this two different select statement, it could return same result. After union, you will not take the duplicate. You will not take from this one and this one. For example, this one could return 1, 2, 3. Okay. The other one, this one, could return, for example, 2 and 4. Because you make union, the result will be 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
Okay. But if you make union all, even if you use distinct, okay, and you use union all, the result will be like this. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4. So repeated rows, this one and this one, it's in the result because we use union all. If we use union without union, not union all, then you should not have the repeated values. Okay?
Okay, clear, Doctor. Thank you.
So even with union except intersect, or union all except all, intersect all, both input for the union should be type compatible. What's the meaning of type compatible? This means they have the same attributes domain. Why? Because we are not gathering between the attributes. We do the operation between the rows or the tables. So how to make intersect or union or except between different tables? Because at the end, if you make union, so you will have, for example, in the result A1, and if you have tables 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5 union, this means you will have result 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so tuples in the result will be same domain like the two input or A1 and A2. That's why the left and right side for the union except and intersect should be type compatible. This example show you the union all, except all, and intersect all. So if we have this two type compatible, this very important, type compatible, two tables R and S, if we make union all between them, we will have all tuples from RA and tuples from RS, all tuples. This come from RA and this come from S. Here just it's ordered it actually it will take all this then all this, but the order here to show you that repeated value also in the result, okay, or repeated tuples. This come from SA. Then this is the union all, except all. Except all, this means the values that in R and not in S. Okay, in R and not in S. You see here, for the except, the normal except without all, it should not have in the result, this is the result of except all. It should not have A2. But because we have except all, then each tuple will take minus or minus tuple from here, this one minus this one, and enough. Now the result from RA minus SA. This one removed, this one removed from the result. Then you take the remaining result here, which is A2, A3. However, A2 here, but we have two values. One value minus this one value, but we still have another value. This because except all. What's the result if we use except? Actually, if we want to use except, first R A should not be like this. Should have only A1, A2, and A3. We should not have repeated value from A2. And then we have S or S, A. It will have A1, A2, A4, A5. And then we use, if we use except RA except SA, the result will be like this. This one minus this one minus this one. So the result will have only A3. Okay, for intersect all, same idea. This is the result for intersect all. We will have A1 because already here and A2 already here. Okay, we will not take A1, A2, A2 because we take value with value or row with row, row with row. This intersect. Now A2 The other A2 do not have more. So the result A2, A1, A2. This intersect all. Okay. Actually, we usually use or very rare to use union, except and intersect here, because we have different way using join and other operation. Okay, about comparison, we take many forms of where. Here, if we want to compare between substrings, okay, for example, I need to return employee that stay in city, Houston city, in this example. But you know, in this database, we have address as one attribute, whole attribute. We don't have city separately and street and extra. No, in one line we have, for example, building A1, C, and street blah, city blah, then state and country. Okay, and I need employees that stay in this city, in the city. For example, city X. Okay. In this example, we don't need to check anything before the city name and anything after the city name, only the city name. So we don't care anything before it. We use the percent. We don't care anything after the city name, so we use the percent. So we can replace in the comparison percent to replace number of character. It could be 0 or more number of character. This means anything before Houston TX and anything after Houston TX. But we cannot use equal here, address equal. We use keyword like. So the address look like anything in the middle have a Houston TX. So we use in this comparison the keyword like with the where clause. As we know, select statement have select from and where. Until now we have more parts. Select attributes from tables where condition. In this condition where clause, we can use like for condition to get part from string or to compare part from the string. If we know the number of characters that we don't care about it or anything could be accepted, we can use this underscore. So, for example, if I need SSN to have at the end this 4 digits and at the middle one and have anything as fourth and fifth digit and first and second digit. So if we have or if we know the location of the characters that I need to be anything, I can use the underscore. So this means first character could be anything, second character could be anything. Here I give the third character, fourth one could be anything, fifth one could be anything. And of course we use like. This comparison using between, I already mentioned it last week, that we can compare the value between two values. So we are returning the employees. This have select statement, yes, and from. We care here about the where. Employees from department number 5 that have salary between 30,000 and 40,000. So we use between, and this is the minimum value and this is the maximum value. Okay. We can use also arithmetic operation inside the select statement to do any operation for the result. So in this example, we can use addition or subtraction or minus. We can use multiplication and division in the select statement part. Okay, in the select part. So in this example, ask me or ask us to show the result salary if we increase the employee that working in project X 10%. For example, the manager of the company want to see employees working in project X doing good work and more work than others. So I want to increase the salary, but I need to know the budget, okay, and the result if I increase each one. How to check the result? Here, using the select statement, we can see if we increased the salary 10% by multiply the original salary with 1.1. This means increase the salary 10% because 1, this means the salary itself. 0.1 or 0.10, this means 10% more. And we multiply by the original salary. Of course, we can use as to give a new name. This means the result from the multiplication will appear in the result under name increase salary. So you will not have the name salary in the result. You will have the name of this attribute as increased salary or increased salary. Okay. So we get the employees that working in project X. Okay. So what's the connection? Connection between employee works on and a project. Okay, so we connect between employee and works on like this, and between works on and project like this. Then we need a specific project name. Then we make the increase using the select statement. Okay, ordering of the result. The result of any query will be as the order inside the tables, okay? But if I need the result to be ordered ascending or descending, I can use the keyword DESC or ASC with keyword order by. So we have a clause to be the means of clause. Actually, the select statement consists of many parts or many clauses. So you have select this part from statement select statement, we called it select clause. We have from clause. We have where, and we have now another part which is order by clause. Okay, usually we put order by at the end of the select statement, last place. Okay, order by, we can give attribute from the result or more than one attribute to order the result by it. So if we have select statement that have department name and last name of employee and first name, let us write this select statement. Okay, we can write it. Select, okay, department name and first name, and let me check, we need first name first or last name. Let me get last name first, then first name. Okay, from employee. As you can see, okay, it's not case sensitive, so you can use capital letter, small letter, it's okay. From employee and department where okay, where department or D number, I think we have here. Let me check the names here. Where D number equal D and okay. D number equal D and O. Okay. We just connect between department and its employee. Get the department name and last and first name for each employee inside each department. Okay, this is the result. Department name, last name, first name. As you can see in the result, we have here department name, research, and administration, research, another time research, administration. It's not order, the D name. Okay, we want to order using D name, so we can use order by D name. Okay, now see the result here, not ordered, here ordered. Administration, headquarter, research. Okay. Now check the last name. It's not ordered. Zelaya and Wallace and Jabal, it's not ordered. Okay. Inside each department. So I want to order the last name after ordering the department number. So in each department name, order inside it the last name. So we can use like this, order by last name. Okay. So if you check here, we ordered also last name. First name not ordered. You see, we can order also first name. First name inside last name. I think we will not have different result here, but here if you check, okay, we don't have same last name, so it doesn't matter. I think this will not change the first name. Why? Because we don't have same last name to order inside it the first name. So first name, I think this will not do any different. This will not do any difference. Why? Because we order each one inside the previous one. First, order this one, then for each one of the name, order the last name. For each one of the last name, order the first name. Okay, if I don't have, if all last name different, then this order will not do any different. Why? Because if we have two same last name inside same department, then it will order the first name inside it. Okay, order by. Okay. Of course, not case sensitive. Okay, with the keyword. I already mentioned it before, but it's case sensitive with the attributes and column names. Okay, as you can see, there is no order here. Ahmed, Jennifer, and Alice. Why? Because we order first last name, then first name inside this last name. Okay, now about the order, we can make it second or descending or ascending. Descending, this means from the bigger value until the less value, and ascending the opposite from lowest value to the maximum value. So we can make this one, for example, descending. Okay, about ascending, you can put it or ignore it because it's the default value. The default value for order, it's ascending. Okay, so okay, order by department name. What's the problem? It could be not a keyword here or cannot be used like this in PostgreSQL because it should work fine. Okay, but you need to know that each DBMS have its different syntax. Maybe it's different little bit from the general SQL. Okay, like we have some example we will take during this lecture, another examples for this. Here, for example, you can see I put query in general SQL and I said in PostgreSQL have different way to do the same query. So I think this is a problem because from SQL perspective, you can make ascending like this. But here we get, oh, it's working. Then why it's not working before? Seems I had, let me check. Same things, it's working now. before that it's not working. I don't know what's the problem. Anyway, sometimes you have specific things or keywords for Postgres SQL. Each time we have differences, I will mention for you, and also I will give you references to return for it. Okay. I think we wasting a lot of time here. We are very slow. About retrieval query, this is a basic. We have the select form where it's not necessary. That's why we put it between this practice. This two parts, it's necessary. You cannot have select statement without select and from. Where and order by, it's optional. Optional depending on what you need from the SQL statement. Okay, insert, delete, and update statement to manipulate data, to insert data or tuples, or to delete a specific tuple or set of tuples, or to update tuple or number of tuples. We usually make insert for one tuple, but in some cases we can make insertion for more than one tuple at the same time. We will see examples. For update, we usually update a number of tuples that satisfy a condition. So this is the first difference. In the insert, we usually don't have condition. In update, we should have condition, and we update the tuples or the rows in the table that satisfy this condition. Delete also will have condition, and in delete we delete a number of tuples or rows, maybe one, maybe more than one row that satisfies this condition. For example, delete all employees from department number 5. So if you have more than one employee, first you want to check the conditions that department number is 5, then you can delete the employees. Okay, we can have 5 minutes break. We will have 5 minutes break, only okay. 5 minutes. Okay, assalamu alaikum again. We continue. Okay, about insert, as I mentioned, we can add one or more tuples using insert. The attributes inside the insert statement should be as same order as create table. If we create table, when you create table, for example, X, create table X, we have items or attributes A1, A2, A3. Then when you use insert statement, if you did not mention the name of the attribute, just want to mention the values, this means if you have value like this, V1 and V2 and V3, this means V1 for A1, V2 for A2, V3 for attribute 3, except if you mention the attributes name. If you mention the attributes name with the insert statement, this means as order as you mentioned in the insert statement. So we can ignore the mentioning of attributes like this. I want to insert a new value or a new tuple for the employee. And I did not mention here the names of the columns. Here I can mention the name of the columns or the attributes, attribute 1, attribute 2, attribute 3, or I can just ignore the names. If I ignore the names like this, insert, we use the keyword insert into. This means add to this table, insert into employee, add tuple or add row for this table employee with this value. Values also keyword. So we have two parts for the insert here, insert into and values. Insert into, we have the table that we want to insert information for it. And after this, we can open practice like this and mention the name of attributes, or we can ignore the name of attributes. If you ignore the name of attributes, this means first attribute or first value for the first attribute inside this table. Second one for the second one. The order here for the values, depending on the order when we create this table, employee. Okay. Then we are just adding one new row for the employee. Here, also same thing, but we mention the names. We mention the names of the attributes. In this case, we can reorder as we need. It's okay. You can put D number before SSN or after SSN. Why? Because it will take like this. First value for first mentioned attribute name. Second value for second mentioned attribute name. Third value for third mentioned attribute name, and so on. Okay, what about the other values? As we see here for the employee, we have first name, middle name, last name, SSN, birth date, address, Ch6, salary, super SSN, D number. But we insert here only first name, last name, department number, SSN. Actually, other value will be taken like this. If you did not insert all the values, attributes that not specified in this insert query will be set to default or to null. Okay. What about if one attribute do not have default and cannot be null? In this case, it will be rejected by the system, by DBMS. So, for example, here, if I want to add information for the employee and I did not mention the SSN, and SSN actually it's the primary key, so it cannot be null. This one will be rejected. Okay, what about the names? Actually, last name, I think also when we create the tables, it should not be null. So if you did not mention last name, like this, you have first name, D number and SSN, and last name cannot be null, then also this query will be rejected. Why? Because we have the constraint that not null. This means this value cannot be left empty, except if we make it, if we have default value. For example, we can ignore the number here. Why? Because if you return to the create employee table, I think we have it here. Okay, create employee, D number have default. It cannot be null, but it have default value. So if in the insert statement you did not enter the D number, this means add this value or this row, this value or this row to the employee table and give D number a value 1. Why? Because it will take the default. Because when we create the table, we mention that default value is 1. When you did not insert this value, it will take the default. Okay. Also, we can insert multi values or multi tables or multi rows. In this case, or in this example, we have a table. We create a new table to have information from employee name and project name and working hour for this employee. And we bring the information for this table. We already, it should be like this. We already created a table. Okay, let me create it. I will add only table for our schema. Okay, I'm creating a new table to insert information after that for this table. This table name works on information and have EMB name and project name and hours per week. Okay, we created a new table. You can see it here. We still did not refresh. After refresh, we have this table. It's empty now. We can check that it's empty. Let me, okay, select star from works on info. Okay, it's empty. Okay, okay. Now we want to insert information to this table from another table. So we want to insert into works information. We want to insert employee name, project name, and hours. From where? We can do insert like this, insert and give values. Another choice, we want to get this information from this select statement. This select statement will retrieve last name, project name or B name, and hours. So this is the result from this select, and have information from project, works on, and employee. When we connect between project and project number and employee, this means this one or this selected statement will have each last name of the employee and the project name that he works on it and number of hours. So last name for the employee, project that he works on it, and how many hours he works. Then the result from selected query, we insert it into works on information. So we could have more than one tuple. Each tuple will be inserted here. So the result will be number of tuples inside or number of rows inside this works on information table, depending on number of tuples from the result. Okay, let me first check this select statement. Then after that, I will make it as insert into. Okay, let me just copy it. Okay, here I make this comment. This means it will not work. This one. Just a new one. I will make this as a comment also. So now I said only here retrieve, select last name, project name, and hours for all employees. That this means combination between last name and the project number, name, and hours that this employee working on this project. So B name. Let me check here. Okay, properties. Columns. We have B as small here. Okay. So this is the issue. B here, small letter. Okay. So this is the list. We have 16 focus here. We have 1, 2 until 16 tuples. So this select statement will return 16 tuples or 16 row. We will insert this 16 into this table, works on information. So insert into works on information and take the values from this select statement. Now, after we make this, if you check works on, it was empty before when we make this select statement. Yes, now let's repeat this select statement after we insert the values. So we want to retrieve all information from works on. It was empty. Now if you check works on information, what's the problem here? Works on. It should work. I will write it again. It's better for me. Select star from works on info. Okay, as you can see, 1, 2, 3 until 16. So we inserted all the tables that returned from this select statement into this table. Okay. We can also copy the whole values from table to another table, or we can also get a block of this. Mean we can create table with value returned from select statement, all this values. This means we created even the name, or we can copy a table in another table. It's like this. So here we are speaking about copying table into another table, or create a new table that have same structure as another table, and also load or insert the data from this table. So we can use like this, create table, the new table name. We are creating table, have same structure with other table, and get the data from the other table. This part actually optional. What we are doing here, we don't need all the tables or the row from the employee. We need only specific tables. So select start. This means bring all the value from employee where department number equal 5. This means bring all the employee from department number 5. So what's the result here? The result here, creating table, a new table. Its name D5EMPS, and its structure same as employee. This means it have first name and last name, everything as employee, but the data here it will return from this select statement. If we don't have this select statement, like this one not exist, this mean bring all data. Okay, so to create table as a copy from another table, we can use like this, create table, the new table name, the old table name, and if we need all the data, we do with data. Okay, what about if we want to create same table without data? So we can use without, okay, data instead with data. But the problem here with, we can use here no, sorry, not out. No, with no data. The problem here, the syntax with Postgres SQL different. So you can return to this link to know how to copy table into another table or create table from a previous table. You can return to this link. You can use this link here. You have detailed, okay, on how to create table using from another table or copy the structure and the data from one table to another table or to new table using Postgres SQL. Because in Postgres SQL, the different, it's very simple. I will give you examples. Here we are using the keyword like in the general SQL. But in Postgres table, you cannot use like, you will use as. So we have here create table, new table, old table. Here we have create table, a new table, as table, existing table or old table. You can use with, it's optional. Okay, with no data or with data. If you did not add this one, this means with data. So let us check it here. Okay, where's Postgres here? Okay, I want to create a new table to copy data from department. So create table, a new debt as, okay, table department. Okay, what's the result here? In gray Postgres SQL, the result creating a new table called new debt and have same structure as department, and all the data from department will be copied here. So okay, as department depart. Okay, here's the problem. Department. Okay, now if you refresh here tables, we have a new table, a new debt. If you make select, to retrieve the data, select first star from department. Okay, this information, we have 3 departments. Okay, same select from a new depth. You will have same data. Okay, same data. What if I want to copy the structure only? Okay, we want to create table depth 2 from as table department, but I don't want the data. I need only the structure. Then I can use with no data. This means create depth 2 as same structure as department without data, with no data. With no data. Okay, I forget the semicolon. It's okay. Now we create table, new table, depth 2. Let's try to retrieve information from this table or data. Select star from depth 2. Okay. As you can see, there is no data here. Okay. We can insert the data. How to insert data? We can use like this, insert into depth 2. Okay. Select. We want all the data like this, same, like this one. Okay, but we will not use part from the data. We will use all the data. Where is it? Here. Okay, select star from department. Okay, what I did here, retrieve all information from department and insert it into depth 2. Now, if you select the information from depth 2, you will get all information from department. Okay, so I think it's simple to understand the insert into and how we can copy tables. Okay, we can create table with partial data, some of the data, okay, using condition. So this means all data retrieved from this one will be added to the new table. And what about the structure of the new table? It will be same as existing table. So it's same like this one, but instead of take all the data, I will take the data that satisfy this condition. Okay, about delete. Unfortunately, we will complete this one, then we will stop. Okay. Removing tuples or row depending on where clause. Okay, so we need where and we need condition. But referential integrity will be enforced by DBMS. What this mean? This means if you're trying to delete a primary key that have existing foreign key, it will be rejected, except if you used cascaded when you create the table, or you used on delete set null, or on delete set default, depending on what you create, the way that you created the table to enforce this referential integrity. So information will be deleted from one table. So in the delete query, you can use the name only of one query, one table, okay, to delete tuples from one table, except if you make cascaded for referential integrity. This means you deleting this row from this table and its related foreign key from any table. Okay, if you did not put where clause, this means you are deleting all tuples from the table. You're deleting all the row. So if you make only delete and table name without any condition, this means delete all the information, all the data from the table. So we have here some example. This deleting employee with last name Brown. This deleting employee with a specific employee number. This deleting delete from employee where D number 5. This mean delete more than one employee. Here delete only one employee. Here deleting or maybe more than one employee. If you have last name not unique, then you're deleting more than one. Here, because you're checking the primary key, so deleting only one employee. This one deleting all employees that working in department number 5. Here delete all the employees. We do not have where, so this means delete all the employees. Okay. When you are deleting, for example, employee, you have SSN as a primary key. Yes. This SSN as a primary key have, for example, G or manager SSN connected to it. Yes, this foreign key, and it's a primary key. So if you are trying to delete, for example, this employee, it have foreign key here. So if you are trying to delete it, it will be rejected, except if you set here, you set, for example, on delete cascaded. On delete cascaded, then you are deleting this one, you will delete this one. Okay, but the problem if department 5 have more employee. So if you make also delete cascaded, then you see one delete will cause many deleted if you make cascade. So we don't usually make for on delete cascade when we created our tables. We make on delete set default or on delete set null. If this one allow null and you are deleting this one and you make on delete set null, this means this one will be set to null or set to default, depending on when you created the table, what restriction you put for the referential integrity. Okay. Update, same idea like delete, but usually in update we use cascaded because it's more reasonable, okay, to make cascaded than delete. Same thing. Update, this means modify attribute values for one or more tuples depending on where clause. For example, I want to increase the salary for all employees who works for department number 5. So I will make update for employee salary equal 1.1, this means increase 10%, multiplied by all salary, where the D number equal 5. So like this, I increase the salary for all employee or modify the salary for all employee in department number 5 and so on. If I want to increase salary for all the employees, so I could have it like this, update salary equal, update employee set salary equal 1.1 multiplied by salary without any condition, okay? Also, referential integrity should be enforced by DBMS, and you should take this into consideration when you're building your database. So here, in this example, we're changing the location and controlling department for a project number 10 to this is a new information, Berlin and department number 5. So this means we will update, this is the keyword, the table project, we set the value, B location, the new value Berlin, D number, the new value 5, where project number 10. For example, if this project belongs to another department, let's check this one, project number 10. As you can see, project number 10, it's in Stafford and belong to department number 4. After that one, after update, it will be in Burley, and its D number will become number 5, not 4. Then we are modifying the values. I think this last one. Okay, good. Last one from the last week, actually. We did not start from the lecture of this week. So we have delay at least one lecture. Maybe after Ramadan, after Eid, inshallah, we will take one extra lecture for this missing lecture. Because if you remember, during the midterm exam, we did not take a lecture, inshallah. Okay, then update or give employees in department 5 10% raise of the salary. So we need where department 5, we will update the table employee, set the salary or a new salary equal old value of the salary multiplied by 1.1. same thing. You can make any select a statement here, any condition. Actually, this one we will take it next week because we did not take in here. Here, give all employees in research department. Research department, this name come from where? From department table. Here, because we have D number from employee, we don't need any other table to check value from other table. So we have D number. We will check if it's in the result from D number where research department name or the department name research. So this one will return all D number. I make a lot of, okay, this part of the select statement. This return all D numbers from table department when department name equal research. Now I check if the employee D number from this result. Okay. Next week we will take this in more and we will take example. This means check if this value set of or appear in this result of a query. So you have the result of the query, for example, D number 5 4, it should be 1 because D name is unique. But if you have more than one value, so you check if this D name number inside these values appear where, then you will update depending on the result. This one will result to true or false. When it's true, you will update. Okay, we will take in this in detail. We have more examples about it. We will finish now. Maybe after it, we can take extra lecture to avoid this delay. Okay. Actually, I sent this week number 9 lecture, but I made some updates, so I will send the updated version from it for you. Okay. That's all for today. I think we already finished our time. About last thing about the presentation, it will be almost on Saturday and Sunday for the week number 15. This means Saturday and Sunday before starting the week number 15. Okay, so you have until the end of the week 14 to send me the summary, few papers, maybe 8 to 15 papers to summarize the subject, not the presentation, to summarize the subject. It's like what we called, it's like a tutorial about the subject or some summarization about the subject or the titles that you selected to present. Then this one step on Sunday and Saturday and Sunday of the week 15, inshallah, we will make the presentation and everyone should attend the presentation. It's I will take the attendance. You cannot ignore it. I will give 10 minutes for each presentation. First student and second student for the same title, they should work independent, no collaboration. You will read alone and make your own summary and your own presentation. I don't need to see identical summary or presentation, okay, for the same subject. This will give us more information about the subject, and different student will give different point of view. This makes this presentation more rich for us, okay, and give different perspective. Okay, good luck for all of you. See you inshallah next week, and may Allah accept all of our worship and ibadah during the last 10 days of Ramadan, and see you. Assalamu alaikum.
عليكم السلام.
وعليكم السلام.
عليكم السلام.